Go. What's up, Fit Fam? My name is Sully Lukey. I'm sitting here with John 6, and this is Guys with Thighs, episode 26.
Yeah, finally made it.
We're rolling. It is the Sunday after Summer Smash.
The one day after.
Yep. It is a new month since the last time we saw you, and my lord, time is flying. Can you believe it's June?
Dude, it happened way too fast, man. It's 6 months in. We're halfway through the year, man.
Oh, man. And if it feels like I'm a little jittery, I don't know. You know, I might have had a little bit too much caffeine today. I'm running about 3 hours of sleep and 4 cups of coffee and a fucking dream, baby.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
That's one of my favorite real audios of all time. I don't drink coffee. I drink 1P Energy, but here we are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, I'm right there with you. Not a whole lot of sleep and a whole lot of caffeine and a whole lot of carbs in me today.
Yeah, you did, because you had your little refeed. Not a cheat meal.
Nope.
Not a cheat meal. We're staying on plan.
Exactly.
It's a refeed. What'd you have?
So I had sushi, and when I went to sushi, got the all-you-can-eat and got all the tuna rolls, so lower fat there, and it got some of the tuna nigiri as well. That's like with the piece of rice on the bottom, and actually the spicy tuna roll that I got, or nigiri I got today. It was so good.
Wait, they have a spicy tuna nigiri?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Dude, it was so good. I had a little bit of the crunchy pieces in there, but I'm going for big carbs because I dropped way too much weight this week.
It was like, oh no, refeed. When I was out in California, me and my friend, I was talking to my friend. I knew him in Sicily. That's how I met him and everything, him and his wife. And so it's been 4 years since we saw each other. And I was like, man, I haven't had sushi for 4 years. And they both like whipped their head around at me, and they're like, at the same time, it was just like, what? And I'm like, oh, like, I'm just like, because I live in fucking Missouri. I'm like, and like, respectfully, I know there's good sushi places around here. Like, people have told me at least, right? But like, when I come from living in Sicily, Italy, where they're literally fishing in the Mediterranean and bringing it to the sushi place, I'm not going to eat sushi that's in the Midwest. Like, I'm bougie. I am bougie. I will admit it. You can call me first world or say I have first world problems. That's okay. I will. But guess what we freaking did? We were in San Diego, and they had fresh caught fish, and that means that we went to sushi. so I'm riding high on that sushi train too.
Yeah,
man, I missed it.
I had the fresh caught fish in my sushi a couple times, and it's night and day. Because I started on the like Americanized sushi that's here in the Midwest. I still enjoy it quite a bit. But
dude.
Yeah, it's night and day difference. You got to get the good stuff.
Yeah.
At least a couple times in your life.
I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Like once you get that wild caught sushi, like, and you're on the coast, it's fresh. It's just like, ooh. It's just like Wendy's never frozen beef, never frozen fish. It's just like, whoo, different. It's good. Yeah. Oh my god. And if you can get into the Mediterranean, I'm telling you. I guess the Caribbean, I gotta get there, I gotta try it. Yeah. But I bet you it's freaking phenomenal.
I need to as well. I've never been there.
I mean, it's because you probably burned.
Yeah, I probably. Hey, I was working on my
you did
today, actually.
Dude, yeah, you did good though all summer. Look at you. Oh my god. Or all summer smash. You got your back a little bit here. That's pretty sexy.
That's it. My face, I'm like, I barely. This is my normal.
The summer tint. It goes away when I get bronze and then.
Oh, that's just me being ginger. My skin's just red sometimes.
That's hilarious.
It's not even a burn. I'm just red.
That is freaking hilarious, man.
Yeah, I was tanning today. Actually, did a little bit over an hour walk after my sushi to get some nice sun with my shirt.
Dude, it's amazing how a walk afterward is actually proven to help with digestion and help with inflammation. Right? Like, because normally when you eat, your body gets inflamed a little bit, especially with how many carbs you kind of put in it. Mm-hmm. But being able to walk, it actually helps process that food and helps with not only processing that food, but actually absorbing the nutrients that you're eating.
Exactly. Yeah, dude, that is exactly why I try to do my walks right after meals. Mm-hmm. Like, if I have a big meal, that's where I'm trying to fit I'm usually doing rucks, right?
Oh god, you rock after.
Yeah, no, so it wasn't today. Not after the sushi.
Okay, good.
I didn't do that to myself today. That would have sucked. But that's why I wanted a little bit longer.
Got it.
Yeah, I usually do 45 minutes with my 30-pound vest right after my biggest meal of the day to help with that digestion. And like something I noticed, this is just anecdotal. Like, it's not something that you have to notice whenever you do it. But I always notice a pump when I'm walking, and it's always way better after those big meals if I do my walk.
Well, especially when you've been. What are your carbs at now?
So last week it was just above 100. It was like 120.
And when you were on your bulk, it was what 500?
Like, I got up to like 6 or 7.
Yeah. So like a lot of people are like, what do you mean you're on a cut and you're at like 170 carbs? You're like, I would die for 170. Like, brother, you're coming down for freaking 500, 600, 700 carbs. So like that is like the biggest thing, and that's why like with fitness and it depends, right?
Exactly.
Like for you that is low, so you needed to put some back in, and then you had that pump because, as we know, carbs help retain water.
Yeah.
Right?
And they push glycogen into your muscles to make them full. It makes your muscles pop.
Mm-hmm.
But also, it's not just the carbs, too. It's also the sodium, the electrolytes you're getting from that. That's really the biggest thing that gets that pump going, like the veins popping out, because sodium controls where your water's at. And right after, that's where it's going to really give you that pump. Josh Ward actually saw me. Yes, it's better than another thing that Arnold likes to talk about.
Oh, dude, that went over so many people's head. They don't know. They've never seen that interview.
No, yeah.
So like, we're gonna move on.
Whoever gets that, you're
the one.
But
Well, so what was Josh Ward saying?
But yeah, no, he saw me one time when I was packing in the warehouse.
People are googling Arnold.
Oh yeah,
pump.
Yeah. It's just if you want to know.
Google YouTube Arnold pump interview, and it'll come up.
Yeah, we're not linking that. You gotta go find it yourself.
Exactly.
But yeah, he saw me packing one time. I had a crazy pump, like more than normal one day.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Hey, bro, you have a bunch of sodium today?" I was like, "You know what? Actually, I had a packet of rice instead of my normal
the Uncle Ben's
rice. Yeah, I had Uncle Ben's instead. Well, no, it's Ben's rice.
Ben's.
Uncle Ben's is apparently racist. So
oh Jesus Christ!
They did that to Uncle Ben and Aunt Jemima.
How is it Uncle?
There's neither one of those can be uncle or aunt now.
So
apparently that's racist, man. We don't gotta get into it, but they've been ruining companies because of people being soft. So.
But it's the same face on the thing, right? Like because it's.
It's just called Ben's rice. That's because the uncle was racist.
But what's wrong?
It doesn't make any sense. That's the worst one.
It's because we're white.
Mm-hmm.
It's because we're white.
Exactly. Okay, just one more thing on this, because I saw a video recently. There was a whole bunch of controversy in the comments, and honestly, I get
honestly, help my algorithm, brother.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Get in
comment below and hit us up.
Let's talk about
I know I'm some dumb redneck from Wisconsin, but come on now, like Jesus Christ, like I'll at least say thank you for the algorithm boost.
Yeah. Okay, but I saw a reel, and I can't remember the girls' names, but I'm sure a bunch of people saw it. It was like millions and millions of likes on this. It's a white girl who is the best basketball player in the WNBA right now. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Caitlin Clark?
Yes.
Not the best basketball player, but the most popular, most notable right now.
She's literally getting them money that they need.
She sells out every venue she goes to.
Yeah.
Which is a change for the WNBA.
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to say that is what they need right now. Word. And there's a video of a girl coming up and saying "fucking bitch" and shoving her onto the ground.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly. She might have said something about her being white, but everybody in the comments is like, if the roles were reversed, this would be
it'd be frontline news. She'd probably be getting sued, bro.
Yeah, it would be $1 million lawsuit.
Yeah.
She would have gotten
100%.
her endorsement deals taken and stuff. Like like her Nike shoe deal would have been freaking gone.
Yeah, I've been seeing some comments and they're like, that's part of basketball. It's like, I played basketball since I was 3 years old. That play was never part of basketball.
No, that's just someone I would. If I wasn't a professional like that, like if that were high school, I didn't play in high school. I played up till freaking 8th grade.
Yeah.
I'd been throwing hands. I swear I would be happy at all.
And the thing was, is like people were also getting it like saying that Caitlin, she was looking at the ref and like she should have just got up and got in her face. It's like, no, like that's why the refs are there. That's their job.
Yes, exactly.
Is to take care and to like get that out of the game. Like if that happened, that doesn't happen in the NBA.
Oh no, it does not.
Like people are like, well, if this was the NBA, it wouldn't be that big a deal. It's like, no, it just doesn't happen because they legislated it out of the game. Like that person would have been suspended.
Yeah,
for years, or not years, for games, and both, because when you're suspended, you lose your game check.
Yep.
And then on top of that, they would have gotten a suspension. Now, everybody like, in the 90s, they had the Jordan rules. Bro, they legislated that out of the game. Like, on purpose, because they want to see players like Caitlin Clark, who is like the Steph Curry of the female game, because she's taking the arc and she's changing the dynamics of the court. because of how far she can shoot from behind the arc.
Yeah.
So, like, they are going through a transition in the game, and old players don't like it. Even some of, like, the new players, like, because she plays a different style, they don't like it. And they also don't like the fame that she's gotten because of this. And it's just pure jealousy, man. And it's pretty crazy that this is still going on. And like you said, if the roles were reversed, and, like, that's a really hard game to play. It really is. But, but it's so true, because in this situation, if the roles were reversed and, like, a white girl did that to a black girl or a Latino girl or anything like that, like, it would have been frontline news, and there would have been a lawsuit. She would have been suspended. She would have been fined even more. Like, it's just so crazy that we can allow this. And, like, why are we arguing about race when it was actually a fucking dirty play?
Yeah.
Like, that's it. It comes down to that. It's not white or black, this, that, or the other. Like, it's literally a dirty play.
And they're targeting specifically her because she's getting all the recognition that they...
She's also selling out all the freaking stadiums, which, newsflash, people, that means that your salary goes up.
Exactly.
Because it's revenue sharing. You share the revenue with the owners and the players, and the more stadiums you sell out, the freaking more money you get. It's insane to me.
Yeah, no, they're literally targeting the person that's helping their careers.
Yes.
Like, more than anyone ever has.
Yes, and it's just like, you know what? It's just unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate because, like, Caitlyn has not brought this on her. I mean, don't get me wrong. She's a mad trash talker. So, like, she brought that part on her. People don't like her more than likely because she talks trash. But she's good and she backs it up. Yeah. And that's what they don't like even more. It's like, there's a difference between a trash talker and, like, you're average. But there's a difference that a trash talker, and then she takes your lunch money and she throws it in the freaking hoop and then tells you that she threw it in the hoop. Yeah. Like there's a big difference. Trust me, I was on defense for a lot of those, and I was like, shit. Like, I kept my mouth shut because of that, because, like, I knew I was going to get it. But yeah, man, oh, God. I saw it. It instantly made me mad simply for the fact that it wasn't a basketball play. Like, there's so many ways to body check somebody in a basketball game. Like, there's so many ways. Like, man, like, I got the leverage. I'm 5'10". Like, that happens. Like, I can get underneath somebody if I wanted to. I did. A lot. But it was all part of the game. It was never, like, dirty. Like, of course, sometimes I was throwing a freaking but it wasn't.
An elbow into the whole thing.
And the thing was, she was, like, you made the shot. Like, that, talk about that. Like, don't do something else. Oh, man. That legitimately made me mad because, like, they're like, oh, she was flopping. No, she didn't even see it coming. How could you flop? Yeah, get away from me. Oh. And this is somebody that I swear to God, guys, I played basketball since I was 3 years old. I played at a competitive level. I still play. Like, that was a dirty play.
100%.
Like, 100% dirty play. That is not in the natural game of basketball. And if you do that on a court, like you said, at the YMCA, at the 24-hour fitness, here at HQ, you are getting hands thrown.
Yes.
Like,
here at HQ, like, it's going down right
if you would do that here at HQ, and anybody watching this video probably knows that people here at HQ are real good people. Like, we're aggressive at times. We are athletic, and we know what we like, and we get, what's the word, competitive?
Yeah, I was going to say, extremely competitive.
Okay, yes,
people.
But at the same time, it is completely expected that if that cheap shot happened, it's about to go down. It's about to go down.
It has gone down before, actually.
And
I had to break it up.
That wasn't here for that. Yeah, that wasn't this last go round.
No, it was. I'm talking back in the day. We had a basketball hoop out back at Old HQ.
Oh, real old school. So that was before HR.
Yes, before when Kevin McAndrew was our HR.
Well, he was the HR guy because they just decided to call him the HR guy.
Yes, we decided to call him and we'd send them over to him, and people like they'd try to complain or something, and he would mess with them even further. It was
my God.
It was perfect. Yeah.
What I
That was a great story about I will not be telling.
Bro, I can't even tell you. Like I was telling a story this. I was just like, it's a completely different company. Like it started in 2013 or 2009, right? And then there was like the first phase of 2013 of growth, and it was the 15. And then it really started to take off once Greens got released in like 2015. Yep. And then 2019, that's like when we're moving into the new building, 1920. And like it's just, you can just see it's in phases, and it's just a completely different company. And it's crazy to see. It's just over 10 years old, and like we're just getting started. like Summer Smash. Let's get back to that, man.
Oh yes.
What was your favorite moment? I mean, you can't even pick a moment. What was your favorite vibe?
I mean, obviously, I'm gonna say what I say every single year, and you hear it all across the board. It's the people make the party.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, I gotta steal
bro.
it. I gotta steal it.
Good lord.
That is
it's not really stealing if you said it first, but come on, bro. But it's the truth.
It's the most important
People
one.
make the party.
Getting to see people. I literally almost ran into a guy that I've been talking to on Instagram. Coach Michael on Instagram, if you ever see him. But I almost ran into him. I was like, oh my God, finally get to meet you after just messaging back and forth, holding each other accountable to our plans for a long time. And just getting to see people like that you've connected through social media is such a great feeling.
Dude, it's unbelievable. Like, it fills my cup. I was telling the new guys here, I was like, hey, get people's Instagram, mingle. This is the time to do it. Everybody's excited to see you. You're excited to see them. Pump up. This is all, but it's about them. But it's your opportunity to now connect. Over the next year, you're gonna foster those relationships, and then they're gonna come back and expect a picture with you. They're gonna come back because you built that relationship and introduce you to their friend group, and then your time gets better and better. That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
This was my 4th Summer Smash now, and over the years, it's been building and building and building the friendship, and it could have started with one Instagram, right? And then it just kept going, and then you get more and more people that are just excited to see you, and you're excited to see them, and it's just they become friends. Might I say, family. But it's
with a PH.
With a PH. But yeah, man, and then they come in, we crush some workouts. Did you hit a workout with anybody?
So I was actually not able to do any of the workouts because I was working customer service.
Got it.
For pretty much all of them. Yeah, so I think I've done one 30 for the kids workout because I'm generally in my 7 times I've done Summer Smash just because I'm always here working.
That's the one open space on my bingo card yet. I haven't had a 30 for the kids workout yet.
Oh really?
Yep, every year I gotta work. It's insane.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with that because I was helping around HQ and we were just bebopping around really. We were getting people parked, we were getting people registered.
Oh yeah.
I was fine with it because I was still mingling with the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I missed that one this year, but I made it out to House of Pain, which was a new location.
Oh, nice.
Right? They just built that gym.
Yeah, dude, it's super nice. I went out there pretty recently.
It's
packed with equipment, but it's got really cool stuff.
Dude, it does have some really cool stuff, and the twist was that we set up a bunch of stuff outside.
I heard that.
Yep, we had our racks outside, we had bag toss, we had games, we had sandbags, bag toss, then we had Connect 4, but you had to do burpees. So if you were facing somebody, it was a burpee challenge, speed kills, baby.
That's
and then we had Tony over there and a couple others. They were doing some boxing stuff. Jose was out there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had an assault bike challenge, and I saw people's souls get snatched.
Mm-hmm.
They looked like you, bro.
A nice pale face, no soul.
It was true though. I saw somebody on the curb, just what did I just do with my life?
Just staring out, got that lost in whatever.
Yep. My friend Jasmine made me do some muscle ups.
I heard somebody got 60 something cows though.
Oh sweet baby,
ridiculous.
In a minute?
Yeah.
Did they do it? Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it was someone that was there told me it was 65. I was just was Brian there? Big Brian in the warehouse?
Yeah, because it's all about that power threshold. Yeah.
He's the only player. I've seen him do 38, almost 40 in 30 seconds.
Bro, that hurts so much right now. And I'm just sitting here. I'm just sitting here. It hurts.
I want to throw up just thinking about it. I was that's always what I brought that up recently because that's what I always used to throw in the interview workouts.
Oh, yep.
That we started. Dude. Actually, you and Chris Lucas started that.
Dude, I went through one. So that was before my time.
So
remember, I had to carry the tire around the goddamn building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, put that thing on my back, and here we went.
I remember that.
Yeah,
crazy.
So first off, we're not allowed to do workout interviews anymore. I think it's HR to say we can't. Yeah, we can't do that. But no, dude, we did deck of cards first, and it was it was a bunch of dogs out there. It was Chris. Were you out there for mine? Yep. It was you. It was Josh Ward. Will was out there. We had some dogs out there, right? It's Summer Zimmerman. She used to work here.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. They're back up, I believe, in Michigan. And, so we started out with that. And I know it was like burpees, squats, leg lifts, push-ups. So, like, all, play the hits, right? Mm-hmm. And then, like, we had to carry a freaking tire around the building, and your boy ended up in the middle of it and just carrying the stupid thing.
Yeah, no, you ended up taking it from everywhere. Like,
I didn't do it on purpose. I thought I thought that was just the easy way to put me inside, but they just let me go, and I'm like, okay.
After that, though, we asked for it back. You're just like, no, I got it. I'll take it for a little bit.
Screw it, man. I was in it. I was in the flow.
You're just like, actually, I can do it. Let's go. Push myself. And that's how we knew you were going to be a bad motherfucker immediately off the gate.
Hey, man.
Dude, those workouts that was my favorite thing because you could tell how well somebody is going to do within the company from not how well they perform, but how much
handle
they
adversity.
Exactly.
That's the thing. It's how they handled adversity. It's like, yeah, man, like, you were pushed to the brink. Did you show up and, like, handle it with grace? Did you show up and you were like, okay, let's go back for more? Or did you just give up? Like, I had people walk out.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even on purpose. And it wasn't even on purpose. It wasn't even, like, something, like, difficult. It was like, hey, man, like, we're doing lunges, like a lunge workout along with something else. And it's just like, damn, you're just going to walk out after this? Like,
really?
Like, I purposely designed the workouts to where they were simple in concept, but not easy in execution, right? So, like, I remember one of my go-tos was simple. It was 10 burpees every minute on the minute for 10 minutes. Okay. You end up doing 100 burpees. Like, 100 burpees, by the end of it, it's not fun, right? You don't want to go too fast. You don't want to go too slow. You want to find that happy medium. Once you get in the groove, it's just like, cool, let's just finish this. The last 10 suck. But, like, I had people not finish it, and it's just like, and then they walk away. And it's just like, it's okay if you don't finish it, but I want to see how you react. Do you want to pause and then finish your 100 a little bit later after you catch your breath, which I did have, and which then that person was able to come back for another interview?
Yeah. Or
did you just be like, nah, I'm out? Like, there's a big difference. There's a big difference. Both of them quit the workout. Both of them stopped the workout. One came back, handled adversity, and was just like, whew, okay, let's do this. Yeah. And one left. They gave up on themselves.
Yeah, dude, that was my exact mindset going into those. Like, how they handle, like, because I knew, like, from kind of how the interview went, like, I would do their first interviews, I would know quite a bit about them. I would have a good idea of how they're going to perform in the workout. So I would kind of base it off of that, too. Like, if I knew they were just starting out, it'd make it a little easier, but I know it would be hard as hell for them. And, like you said, we've had people not, like, they would go through the workout, but they wouldn't accept the job because of that workout.
Seriously?
Yeah. I offered people a job before because they made it through. Like, they didn't quit. They got the workout done, but they didn't answer my call. They
just ghosted you?
Yeah, they just ghosted.
Man, that's such a. I think the millennials did it. I think we started that, but like now I can blame it on Gen Z and whatever hell generation we're on. But millennials, we definitely started that ghosting thing.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, dude, those were some really good times. Like working out with, like bringing out the guys on the team already and seeing how like. You guys led by example every single time because I specifically remember one time Kendall Barnes, he's actually he's managing the S2 warehouse side of things now, but he was in First Phorm at the time, and he did a workout with us, and he was dying. Like he had the assault bike the first time I was through in like max calories for 30 seconds.
Just gives shivers down my spine.
But yeah, he was he threw up like 3 times, but he kept coming back. Did not stop this workout. He showed that person who was being in the interview workout, like the interviewee. He showed them how to do it. He led by example. Like it was always cool to see you guys push yourself and freaking murder those workouts in front of those guys. And they're just like, holy fuck, like wide eyes, like what are you guys doing? You guys are crazy.
Dude, yeah, I mean we're this people always say like you're a different breed. It's like no, we're the same. Like we're the same. We've just trained our minds. We've just trained our minds to continue to come back, to continue to start again, to attack a weak point.
Yes.
Right? And I think you kind of wanted to talk about this. You mentioned it to me a little bit. It was overcoming your weaknesses, right?
Yes.
And like, I think in those moments, like specifically when it comes to the workouts, right? Like everybody wants to quit. Max calories for time like that. It's not fun, man. Like I don't care how much of a sadist you are. Like you just don't want to do it, and especially if you're like, hey, we're gonna do it again. Like that's the worst. Like, nah, man, like that was only round 1.
Exactly.
And I know Caleb's used to that, but like I always say, like, nah, man, like that was only round 1.
We're just getting started, baby.
Yeah. So like for you, right? Because I know you've had to, and like we've discussed on prior pods, like overcoming adversity, overcoming something that you're weak at.
Yes.
Like what do you kind of do to like attack that weakness?
So first, I kind of want to just open up about like what my biggest weakness was.
Ooh, we're going after boogeyman today, huh?
Yeah, I want to get straight into it because like, I know a lot of people will struggle or probably still do struggle with this and have struggled with it in the past, and I genuinely think because of basically like that fear of public speaking that every single person on this planet has in some capacity, unless you're a psychopath. You start out with that little bit of fear, but because that is so difficult for most people, like that communication aspect, that was my biggest weakness. I think it could help a lot of people if I really open up about it. So I want to get into it, and I mentioned it. My biggest weakness has always been that communication. Like being able to effectively communicate what I'm thinking to people, because
we had a little snafu today, didn't we? That was both of us. It was my 3 hours of sleep, scrambled brain, and 6 assuming one thing and not the other. So
so I didn't even think about that when I was bringing up the biggest weakness today. Well, we had a miscommunication on me today.
It was both of us, but
yeah, I put it like 70-30. It was mainly on.
Well, because just for a little background on this, and we're gonna get back to you 100%. But so we're using a new editing program. It's called Riverside, right? And that's the one that we've been, instead of Zoom, we've been using Riverside when we have to do virtual. So we're like, hey, we want to use Riverside because it opens up this whole new editing platform that Six is dove into, and it allows us to do transcripts. It allows us to cut reels pretty easily. And that way we can bust out more content for you guys viewing this, and then just like provide more and more value. Like anything throughout this conversation, we can clip it and then set it onto Instagram, onto YouTube, wherever we want to. So I was like, Six was like, hey, you want to use Riverside? I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it, because I love the editing platform. I love like what can come from it. So then, that's where me assuming, like, we're still doing it in person. We're in the same freaking city, right? Like, we're 5 minutes away from each other pretty much at all times.
Yes.
But then Six hits me up. He's just like, hey, I'm ready to go. I'm just like, where are you, brother? It's like, and he says, I'm at home. We're using Riverside. And I'm just like, hey, like, what? I was like, we're in the same city. This looks lazy.
Yes, exactly.
And then it's just like, but it's because we didn't communicate, like, hey, let's use Riverside in person. Right? Let's use this and provide the most value in person, and that we can, because there's gonna be times when we're not in person.
Yeah, there's been plenty of that.
Yeah, and like while we have the opportunity, and that was where the miscommunication happened, right? And it's just like
Yeah. So one of my favorite lines from my football coach in high school. I'm sure you've heard it a million times. So never assume, because it makes an ass out of you and me.
Dude, I had a newbie. His name is John. Great guy. He didn't know. I said, my dad always says never assume anything. And he's just like looking at me. And he's just like obviously you know like what assume means. I'm like, because it makes an ass out of you and me. And he's just like looking at me. I'm like, dude, spell it. Like he's never heard it before. Really? I'm like, just spell it.
Just you throw hyphens in there.
And he's just like, oh, he's like, I'm gonna use that. I'm like, I hope you do.
Hey, okay, sounds like a warehouse guy to me.
One too many hits to the head.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. So like, back to your weakness, communication, right?
Yeah, so...
And public speaking and things like that.
Exactly, yeah. So I still struggle with that, clearly. Like, we had a lapse today, so that's something that I'm continually working on. But it's also... I wanted to share it because it's probably the most important skill that you can build to provide more value to others. Because if you can't effectively communicate what you are... like the things that have helped you that can help other people, then you're not going to be able to help anyone. If they don't know what to do, they don't understand what you're saying. Like that's all the whole premise of it. Like you have to get people to be able to take action that helps them. So effective communication is extremely important. And I actually, a book that I learned a lot about this from, I mentioned it before, but the John C. Maxwell book is Everyone Communicates and Few Connect.
And we'll link it down below again.
Exactly. Yeah, but that is probably my favorite book ever that I've read on communication, and you have to be effective to actually be able to help people communicate. And I've always struggled with that because I'm a huge introvert. I am most comfortable at home when I'm freaking getting to work on, really anything. Like, whenever I'm alone, that's where I'm most comfortable. And it's been very difficult to get out of my shell and get into things like leadership positions and customer service. And I used to teach our product classes here, speaking in front of people, even though that's a small room of people that I know pretty well. That was difficult for me.
Still intimidating because you're the center of attention. You're at the top of the table.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not easy even in those situations. And also I had random executives pop in and watch my classes too. They wouldn't say a word.
That's part of it. They're looking at you.
Yeah. No, that was awesome though. Pushing through those was super important. So the first thing with attacking your weaknesses, you have to attack it. You have to go straight at it and do the hardest thing possible that is attached to your weakness. So for me, the base level is communication. The hardest thing I could possibly think of is standing up in front of people and doing public speaking and educating people. Hardest thing possible. So that's what I started with there with the product classes. But another thing that I did for that specific weakness was actually I kind of twisted what Andy said he did to help him get really good at effectively communicating.
And for background for that, if you haven't heard it, Andy used to force himself to go to Deerberg's, which is a local grocery store, and he couldn't leave until he talked to, 10 people?
He did.
It was
three
people.
Every single day.
Every day, though. Every day. He couldn't leave. And it wasn't like, hey, hi, how are you? It was a legitimate 2-minute to 5-minute conversation.
Yes.
Every single day. Because Andy, believe it or not, is an introvert at heart. And so in order to get out of his shell, he went to Deerberg's specifically to go talk to people.
Yeah. And that's not comfortable at all.
So how did you change it and bring it into your life? You used that tool but brought it into your life.
Yeah, so slight edit because I was working at that skill of communicating with specifically nutrition, training, and supplementation for my job here at Phorm. I would do this at the gym. That's why I transitioned to working out at Club Fitness a lot, even though we have the best gym on the freaking planet here at HQ. I went to... But that's why I started going to Club Fitness, because I would make sure I talked to 3 people there every day, and it not just be like, oh, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? What's your name? Get their name, talk to them, hey, what are you working on? Or oh, dude, you just did 8 plates on leg press. You're strong as hell, man. Actually have a normal conversation and compliment somebody, or ask them what they're working on. And that helped me so much with getting good at communicating with the specific things that I needed to as well. But it's not comfortable at all going up to a random person for me at the gym.
I feel you. I get it.
Yeah, no, what I want to do is throw some headphones on, get my workout done, and get out, and not I would prefer to not talk to a soul. I developed some really awesome relationships that way too. But that getting out of my shell and talking to those 3 different people every day, and it doesn't have to be at the gym. Do it at the gas station. Do it where you can just make sure that you do it wherever you are out in public.
And you're being mindful of it. Hey, this is what I'm doing because I want to attack my weakness. So this is what I'm doing. You created a plan and then you executed on the plan day in and day out.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it took a long time too because like we were talking about last week, those the analogy I stole from Jocko, the different skill levels, or the
0 to 100, or 0 to 99,
99 on your skill levels. I started out with damn near 0 on that freaking communication skill. I was real low. It was given, I got a good amount on the brain aspect, but there was missing on the connection to the getting my thoughts out. But I started out lower, but I feel I have gotten that level up quite a bit.
Dude, I sorry to cut you off, but I've seen it. We've worked together for 3 years. I've seen you develop. Hell, who knows how many people are going to watch this podcast, right? It could be 1 or 2, but we've had upwards of 250 to 300 people watching this, and hopefully even more It's up to you. You guys got to like, comment, and share. Shameless plug. Anyways, but like I've seen you, and now you're able to talk into this microphone that can reach the freaking world, right? Without a hesitation. Like you can communicate. Like I communicated to you, like, hey, I've gotten some feedback, and you need to speak a little bit louder. Look at you, saying it with your chest today. Yeah, you were after it.
Getting up there.
Like, but like, and now like we're flowing. Like even the first couple of pods, like I don't know with Derek, I was just like all awkward and shit. Like same with you. Like you were getting used to it. Like we're trying to find out the groove, and now here we are, right? But that's because reps and sets over a long period of time, and you attack your weakness. Yeah, and look at you on the phone every day. Like you have to educate, entertain. Like educate, impact, entertain every single day. That's part of the gig.
Yeah. No, that's it. That is my freaking job. Like I talk on the phone all the time, like and through emails and stuff like that. And there's thinking about that. Like when I first started, even when I was in the warehouse here with a bunch of people that are like-minded people who are like me, I didn't talk very much at all. Like I was very quiet, very introverted. And throughout that time, like I never thought that I would ever be up in a role up here in front, where I am communicating to people. Like I would have told you you're freaking crazy if you told me I was going to do a podcast, freaking be doing customer service, and like even those product classes, talking in front of people. Like I would have told you you're fucking crazy if like he was like, hey, this is your future. Not a chance.
Yeah.
And I am so that's the most fulfilling thing possible.
Dude, I'm so proud of you.
Get through something.
Like you have no idea. Like these last 3 years and like hearing where you came from, like that's so awesome.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
It means a lot.
Yeah, Jesus. Like.
Yeah, no, and I really wanted to share that because I know a lot of people like think that they can't fix that biggest weakness, and that is something that specific weakness is something a lot of people struggle with.
Yeah.
Even if it's not on that
public
level.
Speaking, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. I used to get all itchy when I was a kid. Like growing up, I was bad, like public speaker. But after like college, like that, I was just like, okay. Like I coached freshman baseball, and after that, it was like, all right, I gotta be able to talk.
Oh yeah. You got 70 kids watching.
Yeah, exactly. So I figured it out pretty early. But like with you, like for this, like you say, attack it, right? But that I think a plan comes first. You had to figure out what. First off, acknowledge your weakness. Check that ego. We talked about that last week, right? And then you're just like, well, now I got to figure out something to do. This, you took your plan of attacking it by talking to 3 people every single day, right? And then you went into execution, right? And not only on that plan, but then taking roles that would purposely make you uncomfortable to lean into and stretch you into that person that you want to become, i.e. teaching the product classes.
Yeah. Like,
that was a role that was approached, and you could have said, no, I'm bad in front of people. But you said yes because you wanted to practice that skill. I say it all the time. Reps and sets over a long period of time. You wouldn't be where you are now if you didn't take on that product class. Because you wouldn't have gotten those reps and sets. Now, you pivoted out of that role of product class, and now you pivoted into a role of customer service. Yeah. But all those sets and all those reps helped you into your now position.
1000%.
Yeah. And it's because you were willing, you checked your ego, you acknowledged that there was a problem. You created a plan, you attacked that plan by going and doing it at the gym, by going and doing it in product class, now by going and doing it on the computer, on the phones, and look at how much better you've gotten.
100%.
And realistically, you're just scratching the surface because, hey, now you're in a comfortable position. You're going to find the next position to see how you can grow again.
Yes, sir.
Right? And I say it all the time. I told Dino this the other day. I haven't said it on the pod, I don't think. I truly believe that, like, humans, like, as soon as we hit, like, a glass ceiling, that's exactly what it is, a glass ceiling. Right? So what we have to do is, like, we have to make that ceiling our floor and then build from there.
Yep.
Because glass ceilings are made to be broken. Right? And then you just build a new foundation right where you are, and you keep on climbing. And you start on the new ladder.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
So I wanted to drive that home. It's like, it wasn't luck.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. And you said, like, and like you said, like, the most important thing is to attack it. I 100% agree. Caveat. First, you have to recognize that there is a problem.
Yes.
Then you have to make a plan. And then you attack it with a reckless abandon. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no matter how far away your goal seems, you can bridge that gap.
Dude.
Like no matter what like your weakness is and how much work you need to do to get there, like think about what you got to do right now to get there, one day at a time, and you will get there eventually.
The next right decision.
Yep, that's all you got to worry about.
Yep.
Like, what should I do right now in this moment to move me towards my goal? And I just wanted to share just a tiny bit more to put in perspective, like
Sorry,
how close. No, it's all good. It's just how close to that 0 that I think I was on that, because so first time I ever got called in front of people, the company wasn't quite as big, but I had gotten an award and I had to do a speech. My left leg was shaking uncontrollably the entire time I was trying to speak, and I said like a sentence and a half. I said something about caring about your people, and I sat back down. Like it was really rough. And then other times, that's where like the next time I had done something like in front of people like that, I was still visible. I could tell I was still visibly shaking. Like when I started some of those product classes, I was visibly shaking in front of people because of how nervous I was about speaking. But I pushed through that feeling, and eventually, now that does not happen.
You stayed in the room, bro. Like, you stayed in the room.
Exactly.
Like a lot of people, I don't want to say lesser people, but a lot of people would have left. They're like, I'm uncomfortable with this. Or they would have taught one, and they would have been like, I'm out. Exactly. I can't do this. But you stayed in the room.
Yeah, so that goes to that skill of, to be able to get through your biggest weakness, you got to be resilient.
Yeah.
Resiliency is the most important part of that, because it's going, like, if it is truly your biggest weakness, it's going to suck a lot.
And you're going to get knocked down a lot.
Many times.
Yep. Because those same executives that came into Six's room, they gave him feedback.
Yes.
Like, they were throwing haymakers, too. Like it wasn't just, like, gentle feedback. It was just like, got him.
Yeah, no, I mean, sometimes, like, it would be, like, just one big concept where it's like, crap, like, it's not like, it wasn't a slap, it's just like, that's real big that a point that I had
stretch.
Missed.
Yep.
Yeah, and sometimes it was a big old slap. Like sometimes it was like, hey, you really need to step this up. Like, you're not giving, like.
It wasn't no discipline. It was borderline abuse.
Exactly. 100%. That's how you learn the best sometimes. Like, is
figuratively, people not being serious.
Yeah, no one actually beat me.
Don't call HR.
It was with words. The only way we would physically punish people here is through a workout. Like
yes.
Yeah, do not be afraid to attack your biggest weakness, and also know, like, I still have times where, like, I may take a step back on it. Like if I don't continually practice and get better at it, then it does go backwards a little bit. And literally just talking about that right now, like, I've been off my social media game. I've been off my Instagram.
Well,
I've not been doing it much.
Thanks for saying that out loud, because you know me in social media. Like, did we just become accountability buddies?
I guess we just did.
I think, sir,
deal.
We're gonna figure out, and next pod we're gonna give them an update. What we agree upon.
Yeah.
So like, how many posts, how many stories, how many tags. Like, we're gonna get this together, and we're gonna share it next time. And I think we should. And then we're gonna come up with something to where he's gonna keep me accountable too. That way we can work together, right?
Yeah.
And so we're talking about social media. We're gonna crank that baby to 11.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna come up with a deal, and we're gonna do this.
Yeah, and we're going to execute that plan. And sometimes I may not be completely perfect on that plan, and that's where you're gonna come in and get on me about it to get back onto the
all
plan.
out of love, though. All out of love, because you checked your ego by talking to that camera and this microphone and to me that, like, hey, I need to get back on my social media game. We are going to come up with a plan, and then you are going to execute it.
And we're going to attack it. Yeah, that is my next biggest weakness that I haven't gotten out of it yet. But thinking about that is something that I've used in the past to get better at communicating. And, like, certain aspects of that skill have digressed a little bit because I haven't been good about my social media. So that's something you have to continually work on.
It's just like everything. Like, you get rusty. You get rusty. It's fine. The algorithm changes. It's fine. Stupid algorithm. You can, the same exact process that happens with rust actually happens in your body, and it's called
called free radicals. So
we're gonna save that for another pod.
No, that's just a nerd joke of the freaking free radicals are actually your body rusting, so you legitimately do get rusty.
And if you need that, Microfactor will actually help with that, right? Sharing the plug.
Exactly.
Yep.
Well, actually, our good old OptiReds is best for that.
Hey. I need to work on OptiReds because most of the time I only take OptiReds before a race because of the nitric oxide boosting qualities of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, actually, that just reminded me of a study that I didn't read all of it. I heard about it from really smart people, so I trust a lot. It was Lane Norton was
Dr. Lane Norton.
Main guy was talking about it. And it was actually a podcaster. I don't remember his name. I was watching it for Lane. But basically, they talked about nitrates and nitric oxide and using it for performance. And there was actually a 5% increase in performance.
That's a big increase in performance.
Yeah, so
that's a game-changing increase in performance.
Yeah, so the way Lane put it, in the Olympics, that is the difference between last and first place.
That's insane.
Literally that, like, you are going from dead last to gold in the Olympics with 5% increase. So that's very close to creatine's just above that. But they were talking about that, and I was just like, that's crazy. Like,
How about you?
Recent study.
I want you to send me that podcast. That way we can link it down below. So we'll link Lane Norton and we'll link that study for everybody.
Absolutely.
That way they can nerd out on it, just like, because we're just touching on it. We're wrapping up here, but we're just touching on it. So thank you for sharing that. And because he's gonna send it to you or send it to me, I get to listen to it. That way, if you ask me questions, yeah, buddy, then we get to nerd out together. So 6, it was a very, very, very great week.
Yeah.
And we're kicking off a new week with this pod. And do you have anything for the people?
Not really. Honestly, just make sure that you focus on that next right decision. Like we were just talking about. That is the most important thing that you can do to make progress towards your goals. Focus on right now. That's the biggest lesson that I learned during that really dark time in my life that I went through recently. Focus on right now. If you focus on the past, future, obviously you got to worry about the future a little bit.
Of course, you keep it in mind. You keep it in the far view, right?
But yeah, focus on right now, and you'll be much happier, and you'll get a lot more done.
Dude, that just reminded me, real quick story. It's focusing on the future, but focusing on right now, right? So Austin Montero and I, we were running a 50-mile race. This was last year.
Yeah.
And I know 50 miles seems crazy to some of you, but
you're just getting started.
Around here. Yeah, we're just getting started. We got 100 mile at the end of the year, so it's going to be fun. Stretch goal. But we're in the middle of it, right? Weather wasn't great. We were getting hailed on. We were getting downpoured on. We ended up having to take a break because of a tornado. Literally. And then we were back out on the course. It was dark as hell. We only had one flashlight because I was an idiot. Austin was leading the way. Which he does. He leads the way.
Always.
But he was just like, hey, dude, it doesn't matter. We're going to get this done. We're going to get it done in the time cap. And he's just like, left foot, right foot. That's it.
All you got to do.
Left foot, right foot in the right freaking direction. Right? Left foot, right foot. Eventually you're going to get to where you want to get to. So, that reminded me of making the next right decision. Put your left foot down, your right foot in front of it, and you just repeat that damn process.
Yep. Just worry about that next step, one at a time.
Yep.
Don't look up.
Yep.
One at a time. Make each step as perfect as you possibly can.
Yep. So wrapping up this pod, brother, I'm telling you what. Be good to people. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, blue, yellow, orange. No matter what, just do the next right thing, right? That's where we started. Next, Summer Smash, it's a vibe. If you didn't come this year, I can't wait for next year because the people make the party.
People always make the party.
Then, check your ego, make a plan, attack your freaking weaknesses because that's how we get better. And the better each and every one of us get, the better the freaking world gets.
And no matter how far away from that goal you think you are, you can do it.
Yep, because all you're going to do is put your left foot down and your right foot down.
Exactly.
Left foot, right foot. All right, 6. This was a freaking pleasure, man.
Yeah, I had a great time.
Me too, and I appreciate you. I can't wait to start that goal on social media, and y'all are going to see it, so make sure you follow John 6. I'm going to link him below. I'm going to link myself below. Let's get after it, dude.
All right.
Yeah, buddy.